Yebesha Wako, Asante Kotoko, Yebesha, Asante Kotoko, Yebesha Ko. Nana Pokuari, Asante, nothing can walk, afraid I was down. Nana order on him up out, Esum Giant, nothing can walk. Since coffee men say, or pray a rain fuel, a rain fuel, crack. Yenya ya bewa, yes, rain a memo, on my one wording. Ani nyansa na fahwe kui mayenda na ye wusu kan hubio yesrenya me mamuda o sei poku pa brapon o sei kwachi nyina nyame mu amuda alhaji ademu ya lawson Allen Jima nyina yesre mamuda Nasiani adimam Yadamase Nana usu O say poko Babrapon O say poko Copy mense Simse yadawasienso Nana poku are Yadawasienso Mofrida wasiensa Yahweh, 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 Yamima Wadinda, Yadamasi, Yadamasa. Amafui, Umayankai, Yerim Fiuno, when I wait your mukri, I did not see my one da. On Robert Manson, Papa Yara, Pum Coffee to poor. Adakwa, Ibrahim Sunday, Reverend Osei Coffee, Malay Jabe, Osei Driver, I did not see my mother. Nasiani adimam, uyenyen na yerim fimo. Yadamasi da. Yadamasi da. Robert Messi, Papa Yara. Yadamasenso, Ibrahim Sunday. Yadamasenso, Malik Jabe, Ose Grabe, Ose Kopi, Yadamasenso, Nasinkamo, Yadamasampa, Nasinkamo, Yadamaso, Yadamasita. Asante Kotoko say yeah, yeah. Asante Kotoko say yeah, yeah. Asante Kotoko yeah. Asante Kotoko yeah. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha mwako. Asante Kotoko yebesha. Asante Kotoko yebesha ko. Nana Papuari, Asante, nothing can walk, afraid I was down. Nana order on him up out, Esum Giant, nothing can walk. Since coffee men say, or pray a rain fuel, a rain fuel, crack. Yenya Yao Bewa, yes, ring a memo, on my one wording. Ani nyansa na fashe kui mayenda na ye wusu ka hubio yesrenya mi mamuda o sei poku pa brampon o sei pachi nyina nyame mu amuda alhaji ademu ya lawson allen jima nyina yesre mamuda Nasiani adimamu Yadamase Lana usu Osei poko Kabrapon Osei poku Kopi mense Sinse yadawasienso Nana poku ware Yadawasienso Mofrida wasiensa Yahweh, 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 Yamima Wadinda, Yadamasi, Yadamasa. Amafui, Umayankai, Yerin Fiuno, when I wait to Mukri, that in Nasima Wanada. One share of Batmansa, Papa Yara, Kofi Tufu, Adakwa, Ibrahim Sunday, Reverend Osei Kofi, Malay Jabe, Osei Driver, Edina Sigma Moda, Nasiani Edimam, Uyen, Nayan Timo, Yadamasa, Yadamasi, 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 Yadamaso, Yadamasi, Robert Messi, Papa Yara, Yadamasenso, Ibrahim Sunday, Yadamasenso, Malik Jabe, Ose Grabe, Ose Kofi, Yadamasenso, nothing come more. Yadamasi, Yadamasampa, nothing come, Yadamaso, Yadamasi, Yadamasita. Asante Kotoko say, yeah, yeah. Asante Kotoko say, yeah, yeah. Asante Kotoko, yeah. Asante Kotoko, yeah. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha mwako. Asante Kotoko yebesha. Asante Kotoko yebesha ko. Nana Papuari, Asante, nothing can walk, afraid I was down. Nana order on him up out, Esum Giant, nothing can walk. Since coffee men say, afraid you rain fuel, you rain fuel, crack. Yenya ya bewa, yes, rain ya memo, on my one wording. Aninyansa na fashe kui mayanda na ye wusu so can you the string I mean mamuda or say poku quabrapon or say pachi Nina Yami Muamuda Alhaja demu Yaw Lawson Allen Jima Nina Yesre Mamuda Nasiania di Mamu Yadamase Lana or say Coco or say Coco Coffee men say since Yadawasian so Nana Poku are Yadawasian so more afraid Dawasian son Yahweh Yahweh, Yamima, what in Yadamasi, Yadamasa. I'm a boy, my young guy. You're in Fiona, one hour trouble crazy. I did not see my one da. One share of Batman's Papa Yara, Pum coffee to four. Adakwa, Ibrahim Sunday, Reverend Osei Coffee, Malay Chabe, Osei Driver, I did not see my mother. Last year near the mum. We ain't a rain Timo. Yadamasa, Yadamasi, 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 Yadamaso, Yadamasi, Yadamasi, Robert Messi, Papa Yara, Yadamasi, so Ibrahim Sunday. Yadamasi, Malik Chabe, Ose Grabe, Ose Kopi, Yadamasi, nothing come more. Yadamasi, Yadamasamba, nothing come. Yadamasi, Yadamasi, Yadamasi. Asante Kotoko say, yeah. Asante Kotoko say, yeah. Asante Kotoko, yeah. Asante Kotoko, yeah. Asante Kotoko ye beshe Yebeshamamo. Asante Kotoko Yebeshamamo. Asante Kotoko Asante Kotoko Yebeshamamo. Asante Kotoko Yebeshamamo. Asante Kotoko Yebeshamako. Asante Kotoko Asante Kotoko Yebeshako. Nana Pokuari, Asante, nothing come on, afraid I was down. Nana order on him up out, Esum Giant, nothing come on. Since coffee men say, or pray your rain fuel, your rain fuel, crack. In your yaw, yes, ring a memo, on my one wording. Ani nyansa na fahwe kui mayenda na ye wusu ka hu bio yesrenya me mamuda o sei poku pa brapon o sei pachi nyina nyame mu amuda alhaji ademu ya lawson Allen Jima nyina yesre mamuda Nasiani adimam. Yadamase. Nana wusu. Osei poko. Babrapon. Osei poko. Kopi mense. Simse yadawasi enso. Nana poku are. Yadawasi enso mofreda wasi enso. Yahweh, Yamima Wadina, Yadamasa. Amanfui, Umayankai, Yerin Fiuno, one I wait your mukri, Eddie Nasima one a da. On share a pet mensa, Papa Yara, Pum Kobi to four. Adakwa, Ibrahim Sunday, Reverend Osei Kobi, Malay Chabe, Osei Driver, Eddie Nasima Moda. Nasiani edimam, uyen na yeren fimo. Yadamasi da. Yadamasi da.
Him several times. What makes it special or a lot difficult playing against his teams?
Well, when you come to count teams that are formidable, I think Medeama is part of it. And you know, Medeama's story can never end without my name. I was their first coach. I know how seriously they've taken football. So definitely they attach much importance to every game they will play. That makes the game very distinct for us. And today to us, today will be our last game of the season at home. So we have to press, we have to do everything possible to win, to make our supporters happy.
Coach, you are missing some very good players, key players. Kwame Opoku. We've also noticed
that we had so many yellow cards that really played there will not play today. You see how serious the issue is. So with Samba yellow card, Saka yellow card, and what do you call it, Billy to yellow card, there's nothing you can do. So definitely you have to bring what you have to fight for what you want.
you talked about the fact that this is your last home game. What do you think you guys need to do to impress those who have come? Because you have some other games to play.
Yes, today we have to win. Every supporter who comes to the field want to see his team winning. So if we win today, I think they will be happy and play good football for them. I think they will be happy. So that's the only thing we have to do to make them happy. Play good football and win.
Which we wish you well.
Thank you very much.
That was Coach Abdul Karim Isito talking about the game. He also made mention of the fact that he was the first head coach to have managed Medeama Sporting Club, and he knows everything, the ins and outs, the pros and the cons of the club. But today he happens to be on the other side, and Coach Ibrahim Tanko is here with me, a legend of the game, and of course this time he's the coach for Medeama Sporting Club. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Coach, you are playing against Kumasi Asante Kotoko at the Kumasi Sports Stadium here. Playing here against Kotoko, how difficult does it make?
It's always difficult, and I mean playing Kotoko in their home ground because of the fans cheering them. And I play against them several times, and I think today is also going to be a very good game.
Coach, your opponent, Coach Karim Zito, talked about the fact that he was the first coach to have managed Medeama Sporting. A warm afternoon in the middle of the country as the world watches on. The last time Kotoko will play at home this season. The beautiful display, pride and affection could likely be the motive. As any impact of this game's results will rely massively on what happens at other venues. It's Kumasi Asante Kotoko playing their match day 33 games against Medeama Sporting Club at home this afternoon. This, of course, will be the last time Asante Kotoko will play at home. Coach Abdul Karim Zito made just a few changes in the team that played against BBN Gold Stars in BBN. Mohamed Kamara started in post. And Henry Kwame captains the team this afternoon in the absence of Justice Blake, who is sidelined due to yellow cards. Michael Chedramana, Elvis Chebafor, Patrick Asiedu, and also Albert Amoa, Baba Yaya, Joseph Pablo, Lord Amoa, Andrew Sintimenu, and Peter Amido Aqua, who came on in BBN to impress so well. But this afternoon, he has got a nod to start. Justice Blake, and also Samba O'Neill, and Saka Dauda. They'll all be missing this game due to the accumulation of yellow cards. On the part of their away team, Coach Ibrahim Tanko started Felix Che in post. The man in your shot. He went with Fatau Suleimana, who will be the captain this afternoon. Nuruddin Abdullah, Manuel Mante, Ebenezer Nkrumah, Mubarak Yusuf, Prosper Boachu, Usu, Kingsley Bray, who has scored 1 hat-trick this season. Emmanuel Owusu, Prince Owusu, and Kelvin Nkrumah. Abdul Latif Adari is going to be the referee for this game this afternoon. So that is the lineup for the away side you have in your shot. A missing piece of the puzzle this afternoon is going to be Kamaradini Mahmoud, who is with the Black Stars in the United Kingdom for the Unity Cup. But they still have a very formidable team, Medeama, to compete this afternoon. Lots of stars on the bench. Derek Fojo, Bernardino Osatete, Adams Abdul Jabal, Godfred Aban, Kobina Amwa, Nana Kofi Babel, God knows Japasu, David Boyson Frempong, and Yao Osei. Medeama have a very thick bench, which they could make any substitutions at any point to have an impact on the game. Welcome one and all to the Kumasi Baba Yara Sports Stadium for the
Medeama with a lot of key players on the bench. But they are winless in their last 5 away games. But one thing Kotoko must take notice that they've scored 10 in their last 5 games in the Ghana Premier League. But this is Kotoko, who are yet to lose a game, especially in their last 5 home games against any opponent in the Ghana Premier League. So it tells you Kotoko are high flying at home against a team that decided to bench most of their key players going to this game. Let's see whether they can justify something out of it. But last season, Kotoko managed to snatch 4 points out of 6 against Medeama. This season, they drew the first leg, and we hope to at least make sure to maintain that kind of bragging right against Medeama Football Club. But let's see whether they can maintain the momentum, the absence of the likes of Justice Play. Maybe, just maybe, they can do something promising. Also, somebody on the reliable figure is also missing due to maybe some injuries and whatever. So I think it's going to be a good game. But the atmosphere is there for pride, for a lot of things, for a lot of quality. Coach Tanko believes in possessing the ball, playing very good football. And ever since, Kotoko and the new leaf of Karim Zito, they are playing very good football. So we are going to witness a very good atmosphere, especially looking at the fact that against the Benny Gold Stars, the likes of, Peter Mido Aqua came in to change the dynamics of the game. And a piece for them to prove themselves in this game.
This, of course, just could be a build-up upon what happened in BBN over the weekend. And Asante just knowing really well that they need to do something to please the fans in their last home game. Papa Lord Amwa, who has been sidelined for a very long time due to injury, in his absence was Michael Sefa, Adriana Jete, and sometimes Justice Blake, who have been used as right backs. But this time, Lord is back to his favorite position.
Of course, and he's playing his 20th game, but he's had 2 yellow cards. 3 seasons with Brekuni Chelsea before moving to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Lord Amwa, a reliable figure, especially from the start of the season. But due to injury, now he's back.
Medeama Sporting Club holding on to the ball.
Hola, soy Antonio Lobato. ¿Quieres saber cuánto vale tu coche? Visita compramostucoche.es. Introduce los datos y recibe tu oferta rápida.
Because both teams know that at least something needs to happen somewhere before one of them can be in the talk of the title. Karim Zito, the man who is acting as the head coach until the end of the season. But there have been a lot of talks for him to be maintained beyond this particular mandate. And looking at the kind of work he's been doing, I think he may deserve a chance.
Why not? Looking at the new league Kotoko, how we did, especially the conference on players. And we also a very good player in recent times. A lot of things, a lot of numbers are happening so good for Karim Zito.
That was a bit of, an interception in play from Abdul Latif Adari. Ebenezer and Kroma. Felix Chi. Kotoko seeking to put a bit of pressure. Switch to the left. Not the best of crosses from Fatah Suleimana. The man who has been in top form alongside Kamaradin Mahmoudou on both flanks this season.
Experience within his base, 6 seasons running for Medeama Football Club, and he's been consistent.
Joseph Ablo. He actually had a very good game against BBN Gold Stars. And he was one of the reasons why BBN could not win that game against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Joseph Ablo, he's shown that kind of aggressiveness at the back to scare the opponent from getting closer to the 80-yard box of Kotoko. And he's been providing a very good pair with Henry Ansu at the back. But he must limit the level of aggression within his game. He might one day give away a very dangerous incident against himself. 7 yellow cards this season. It tells you how aggressive he is, Joseph Ablo.
This is a pass. Medeama could make it one, and they have done it. What a way to announce your presence. It is Kingsley Bryant. And he has plunged it in. That was a freezing pass through for Kingsley Bryant. And the finish was just top notch. The man who scored a hat-trick against Dreams FC this season has gone on and done it against Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Kingsley Bryant, Inter Allies, Armina Sharks, Susubrubi FC, and now Medeama. Just scored his 6th goal of the season in 18 games. Of course, a hat-trick against Dreams FC. He scored against Nations and Vision, and he just added the icing on the cake against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But just watch the defense of Kotoko when Medeama was trying to initiate the attack. And that is something coach must try to cater for, especially looking at how the fullbacks always join the attack and leave a lot of gaps behind for the opponent to exploit.
That was an incisive pass. And between Henry Anso and Joseph Ablo, there was just no communication between them. Which of them should attack the situation? Which of them should remain calm? They failed to get that connection between them. And Medeama wouldn't mind any of that because they lead in Kumasi so early in the game. Another pass. And that is Kevin and Chroma. Kamara, the man who has taken over the post since the arrival of coach Karim Zito. No room whatsoever for Frederick Asare. And Felix Chi, another good goalkeeper in the Ghana Premier League this season.
It was Apia Kubi from the start of the season. After recovering, he's been the man in post for Medeama. You can never doubt his qualities anytime. He's in 17th game this season for Medeama, and it's good.
Ablo sends it to Alberta Moa. He gets Peter. Through to Che. And that cross was a bit troublesome for Felix Che. But he made no room for errors there. Knowing very well they're in a comfortable lead at this point, there will be no room for errors.
In team menu, just playing that Sambo Nell's new role, and he's not giving that kind of cover needed. Because looking at Che Jamina, he's more or less having that forward thinking abilities than giving shows in defense. And the team is always overloaded whenever Medeama are trying to progress the ball from deep areas in midfield. And it's a problem, of course, because that kind of cover is lacking.
So a kind of a 4-1-4-1 this afternoon. And that has been the formation always when they play at home. Just check the body language of the player. Kingsley Bright. You just knew he was going to put it in that angle, but there's nothing you can do about it.
But Manuel Manteges gave an incisive pass that any striker cannot miss, because that was a line splitting one from this experienced midfielder.
Still Medeama, Emmanuel Owusu, Gas Suleimana, Nuruddin Abdullah. Nice turn. Another unblemished pass. The first touch could have caused lots of harm for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And Kotoko, at the moment, going with a 5-man defense. Just trying to make sure. Just as Suleimana, it can be 2, but he failed to take it.
Kotoko should be aware of the through passes from Medeama, especially from every angle whenever Medeama are getting closer to their box, because the first goal came through an incisive through pass, and this one, it was quite, ambitious just for Suleimana to fumble with it. But it's a warning. The back line should be very cautious, because Medeama can tease you around to come and then they can exploit your back line. It's a caution for Kotoko.
Amidu Akwa. This is Peter. He played against a club in yellow last week, and he was on top of issues. Perhaps his favorite color. Emmanuel Owusu attacking down the flank. And the whistle goes for a foul. Of his Chiba 4.
Loramo is a bit suspect in pace, and he should be a bit conserved anytime Kotoko trying to initiate an attack, because Kingsley Bright can still make a lot of moves, especially exploiting that area.
Good pass to Peter Amidu Akwa. This could be what everyone expects it to be. The strike comes. Felix Che has denied them once again.
Great goalkeeping from the tight angle from Felix Che. You just have to applaud him for that crucial receive from Karela United, and he's playing his 3rd season for Medeama. A lot of experience. His 17th game running.
Lots going on in the box. Error from Medeama. The Kotoko failed to pounce on it. This could be a break, but Kamara must be there. And he was there. Another pass to the same man. He could do it for the second time. And Kingsley Bright, that is just the game plan. And Medeama executing it perfectly at the moment. Kotoko need to change things.
They should find a way to cater for the wing play Medeama are using, because they have a lot of pacey wingers, but also dangerous having the ball and very tricky, of course, to handle. As a caution to the fullbacks and even the centre backs of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, because a lot of spaces for the opponent. You can see any pass from Medeama is breaking lines. That is something Kotoko must improve upon. That cover in midfield is lacking. And perhaps the centre backs cannot rely on the shield the midfield is offering. All the time, you must anticipate above your level. And that is why they are using a lot of through balls to get their way through Medeama.
So Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they've managed to recover from that situation. And Kotoko yet to pose a single threat that is glaring in the game. Quite apart from that shot from Chebafo, there haven't been any attempt by Asante Kotoko at goal.
You should learn how to defend before thinking of attacking, because the game, you are not on the front foot. At this point, you are more or less chasing the entire angles of the pitch to give a lot of shoulder. And at that moment, you struggle to have your way through, trying to facilitate attack from deep areas.
Good ball from Chebafo, exploiting the space behind. Could this be it? That was good defending. Mohamed Kamara. Kamara puts it behind. This is Lord Amwa. Amwa, lots of space and time. He gets back for Nuruddin Abdullah.
If you have the likes of Nuruddin to contest with in terms of area balls, it's going to be a challenge. And Albert Samuel must at least find other options to sound dangerous in attack for Kotoko.
Miscommunication. This is Kingsley Bright. Can he make this one another one? And good defending from Henry Ansu. Brian knows he had made an unpardonable mistake by not putting that ball at the back of the net. Kamara was already moving out of goal. And that could have been a lot interesting. Baba Yaya puts it on a far wide, the cross comes in. And Nuruddin Abdullah, you just cannot pick the area balls.
He's been consistent with a goal this season in 23 games. Nuruddin, a very tough customer to handle.
This is still Kotoko. Peter Amido Aqua. Nearly squared it off for Asante Kotoko. Check that cross from Lord Amoa. Ebenezer and Kroma failed to deal with the situation as expected.
Don't forget, Medeama are averaging 1.3 goal per game, and they've scored 10 in their last 5 prior to this game. So it tells you scoring goals isn't their problem. But the fact of the matter is that they are winless in their last 5 away games, and maybe history may not speak for them despite taking the lead.
Was another ball by the flag. Went up. Something needs to change. Asante Kotoko. The team tried to poke it towards Babayaya, but good interception from Medeama. Just putting the ball down to enjoy themselves.
Frustration setting in for Kotoko in defense, and that is a big problem because at this point you started losing your head. Medeama are still picking gradually the energy from the guys. You cannot underrate that. So at this point, you must stay concentrated.
Yeah. The guy who won. This is Albert Tamoa. He goes down and the whistle goes for a penalty. And Abdul Latif Adari has pointed to the spot. And Nuruddin Abdullah is saying no way. That couldn't have been a penalty. And Mubarak Yusuf, a former player for this club, just trying to calm the nerves. And Coach Zito having words with his midfielders.
Watch it closely. That pass from Babayaya, and he was brought down, and the referee was so close to the angle. Never an offside because he timed his runs very well.
That check it closely once again. So Medeama protesting just because he touched the ball. But Abdul Latif Adari is saying it should be a penalty.
After touching the ball, you impeded the attacking player's opportunity.
That is so close. And Albert Amoa he has the chance to make it 10 in the season for himself. And Abdul Latif Adari saying you must stay behind the area until he kicks.
Against Bichim, he did the magic to restore parity with the same spot kick, same angle, same goal post.
Albert Amoa 1-1. His 10th goal of the season. And Albert Amoa, just when they needed him the most, he has risen, composure, calmness, and he has put it at the back of the net. His 10th goal, he will be hoping to add more to his tally.
Interesting from Albert Amoa. Last season for Great Olympics, in 17 games, he scored only 5. But this time, in his 24th game, he registered a 10th goal and still counting. So I think big improvement for Albert Amoa. And it's a plus to get your career high in a big club like Kotoko. In fact, the sky is the limit for Albert Amoa.
We are all square here. Just after 23 minutes. It's 1-1. Kotoko Medeama. And Medeama Sporting Club chasing just their 4th away win of the season. After winning 3 previous away games against Young Apostles, they won 2-0. Against Basake, 2-1. And against Legon Cities, it was 1-0. But they are winless in their last 5 away games.
And the last time Medeama won an away game to Kotoko, that was March 2023. They won by 2-0, and Jonathan Sowa and Vincent Atinga were the scorers. And don't forget, anytime Kotoko are losing at home to Medeama, they always lose more than 1 goal. So let's see whether it can happen since 2021. The first leg, it was 1-1. Komi Poku scored the first goal in the first half at the 44th minute. But Kamaradini, around the 68th minute, restored parity. This time, 2 goals in the first half. More to come because the game is looking lively. A lot of opportunities for both teams to exploit.
This is still with Medeama. They're looking to make something out of it. And that strike from Prince Owusu. And Mohamed Kamara. That was a mouth-watering save from the Guinean international. A credit to Prince Owusu for the vision to have struck from that angle and that distance.
Kamara has won the heart of coach Karim Zitu, and he's benching the team's captain in Frederick Asari. So such saves should be, common.
This is Albert. He turns well. Itamido Aqua. That will be a foul for Medeama Sporting Club. Amido Aqua. That is Peter. A pass to Albert. Shoots with the left. He was in search for his 11th of the season.
Chejamra is now adding that kind of off-the-ball ethics that is expected because having in team menu, you are not assured of a lot of show. But Jamna prefers high up the pitch, lot of overload for Medeama and midfield, and really causing problem for Kotoko. But now he's adding that defensive ethics to his game, and the center is now getting some thickness in Kotoko's favor.
Patrick Asiedu. That was too ambitious from the left back. No regime. He played one of his best games of the season against Hartlepool when they played in Takwa. Prosper Boachi. And coach Ibrahim Tanko seeking to be the 8th manager to beat Asante Kotoko in the Ghana Premier League this season. Tasted 7 defeats already.
Don't forget, in their last 5 games away prior to this game, they've conceded 8. They've scored only 2. But they took the lead and Kotoko restored parity. They lost 2-1 to Samatex, 1-0 against House of Folk. Another 1-0 defeat against Hearts of Lions. Bibeni Gold Stars defeated them by 1-0. And they lost their biggest defeat of the season, 3-0 against Karela United.
This is Che. Gets into the box. Che bar 4. And Felix Che is not a happy man at all.
Abdul Latif Adari, lot of experience in the Ghana Premier League and a household name, of course, from the Upper West region, to be precise, within the Nadoli Kaleo district.
Medeama still getting hold of the ball. 30 minutes. Almost into the 31st. And the game is still apart in terms of the most important element of the game. 1-1. It was Briar with the first goal. Another cross being put in. Medeama still holding on to it. The strike goes and Kamara. Good goalkeeping. Kotoko now showing the urgency that is expected when they're defending.
Looking at how their reactions toward the second balls is so poor. So poor. Against a team that is so in attack, always trying to stretch the back line, find spaces, and use through balls. You should be able to contest every second ball. Even when you lose the first ball, you must show that kind of seriousness, attempting second balls. But Kotoko are not showing that in defense. And Ablo shouting a lot, and I think he should stay calm. At that point, you allow your emotions to take advantage of your qualities. A lot of mess because I'm expecting Ablo to show that kind of calmness in defense.
Lord Amoa. Patrick Asiedu behind it. To be taken by Emmanuel Owusu. Nothing to talk about.
One thing that is trying to be an issue in the Ghana Premier League is how we convert set pieces, especially free kicks. Hardly do we see players scoring from such situations. The last time you can mention was against the Dynastars when Albert Patrick Asedu, I beg your pardon, scored from a direct free kick. In previous years, Glasner Wako will give it to you. But the prime man in terms of set pieces is Dombote. He's going to convert it with ease. Our game is now diminishing in terms of converting from free kicks. Even Gordon Trump is this at the Great Olympics. Perfect free kick taker. A word money you can add off Samatex. But the goals are not coming from such perspective, and we must improve entirely.
Manuel Mante controlling the midfield so well for Medeama. He's been the man putting in all the incisive passes and everything they will need up front just to get themselves some goals in this game. No routine. Mante turns well. Gets to Mubarak. Nuruddin. Lot of space. Suleiman. Brian Tanko. Don't really think he can ask for more. His side having been bad in the first half.
They suffered their biggest defeat of the season in their last away visit against Karela. 3-1.
Fatal. Joseph Ablo, good turn. He gets Yaya. Managed to keep possession for Kotoko. Peter Amidu. This is still Amidu. Albert Tamoa. There will be no whistle. Adari says. Fatal Suleimana already in the box in pain.
At that point, you need a sharp thinking striker to how Amidu can maneuver through the crowd. And the body orientation of Albert Amo was not the best one because that sharp turn that could have offered him a lot of advantage after the first touch was so poor.
Albert Tamoa back. And Karim Zito looking on his watch. Also Fatal Suleimana limping off the pitch. And in the absence of Kamaradin Mahmoudou, they will be hoping Fatal Suleimana gets back. And he's back. And for now, he will be able to continue until something happens.
In 22 games, no competition, Kotoko are having 9 wins. 6 wins for Medeama and 7 drawn games. But the last 5 meetings, Kotoko won twice. They suffered 1 defeat and they drew 2. In that last 5 meetings, 8 goals scored, 4 for each. No wonder. As of the 37th, 38th minute, it's 1-1.
Henry Ansu Amoa gets Ansu, the man who captains the team this afternoon, the former Brecum Chelsea defender. And Joseph Ablo.
But is it a coincidence or accidental? Because Kotoko against Gold Stars rested, that week before that game, and the same applies to Medeama. So a lot of energy. No wonder they are trying to cook Kotoko in terms of the physical level. Because Medeama got 3 points against Swatraman without taking the ball. And against Gold Stars, to the same thing. Kotoko applying energy and to come from that big game against Ben Gold Stars to face a team that just rested. It's a lot of things.
And the news from Brekum is that the Bibiani Gold Stars have taken the lead by 3-1 over Brekum Chelsea just in the first half. And here we are just around 39 minutes, and it's still 1 each for both teams.
Bibiani want to stretch the title race to the wire. They want to still keep the hope alive, hoping from that response from Basake against Nations.
Good ball towards Baba Yaya. Sheikh Gamana failed to get the touch that could have positioned him well to get a goal. Emmanuel Owusu back to Nuruddin. Aqua. This could be a 2 versus 1. Albert Samoa. The first touch was a bit too heavy. It's still Kotoko. Lord Amoa. And the cross comes in. And Albert Samoa has made it 11. His second goal of the afternoon. What a way to announce your presence. Brilliant, brilliant header. Instinctive header. You just cannot help but be seduced by the brilliance. 2-1 Kotoko and 2 for Albert Samoa.
And that is what winners do after losing the first game. That ball from Loramua, and look at how he dominated just in between two defenders of Medeama, and that is brilliant. Lord Amma with that incisive cross, and Albert dominated very well. We've been talking about his aerial durability, and this is a clear example of a player without that height against the likes of Nuruddin by his ability to control the air. That is brilliant. Felix J could not offer that magical save to this ball. Interesting. Just interesting from Albert Samoa.
He keeps scoring. And the results from the other venues, just like I told you earlier, Bibiani Gold Stars leading 3-1 over Brekum Chelsea. Heart of Lions leading 1-0 over Bechem United at home. And also Karela beating Young Apostles. Hearts of Oak leading by a goal over Legon Cities. And also Adriana and Samatex 1-1. Holy Stars and Nations are still goalless. And that will mean a lot can change after this very match day. Ghana Premier League 2024-2025. And this is the live table, which means Nations FC still on top with 61. The Bibiani Gold Stars 60, Asante Kotoko with 58. 42 minutes, almost into the 43rd. And it's 2-1 for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Albert Samoa, the magician this afternoon.
Proud to the game, Karinto was like, we are missing Komi Poku, but I think
Este es un anuncio súper rápido para un producto súper rápido. Tan rápido que lava tu ropa en 15 minutos. Skip ciclos cortos. Más rápido que nunca.
almost against a big team like Medeama. Last season they won here by 1-0, but this time it's looking good. And considering the poor away run of Medeama this season, no wonder.
This is their 17th away game of the season, and they've won just 3 of those.
And the funny thing is that they've considered 10 in their last 6, and they've scored 3. Still running. That is so poor from Ibrahim Tonko because conceding more than you can score in away games is an issue.
No routine. Some very good experience. Albert Samoa. 2 minutes of additional time to be played. A very warm atmosphere this afternoon in Kumasi, but it will be a bit cold for the Kotoko faithfuls and Albert Samoa, especially in this first half.
The first start for Lord Amwa after returning from injury, he provided an assist. His void in previous games was replaced by the likes of Michael Sefa, Justice Blay, and the likes, but he's back trying to cement his position. Lord Amwa.
Asante Kotoko. They've managed to turn it around. Medeama. But the fact that Medeama have so many good players on the bench could prove very crucial in the second half. Was the likes of Derek Fojo, Osa Bernardino Tete, David Boyson from Pong, God knows Japasu, Nana Kofi Babel. These are all guys on the sideline, on the bench for Medeama Sporting Club. And any of them could make the difference.
Very good attacking players on the bench, but question yourself if they are picking and Kotoko also pick. Medeama may enjoy from attack, but maybe they can't guarantee you defense. And that'll be a question to answer.
The first half has come to its conclusion. Abdul Latif Adari, the man in your shot. It's not been an easy game for him this afternoon. Lots of tough decisions to make. And he's managed to, at least for now, do his best. It's Albert Amoa 2, Medeama Sporting Club 1. Kotoko lead straight into the break. Marianne intercept for Che. He gets Dramina. Manuel Mante. Nations FC. Down by a goal against Baseke Holy Stars. And Bibiani Gold Stars also leading by 3-1 in Bechim. Heart of Lions. Also, Kwamina Boateng has also scored for Accra Heart of Oak. Kelvin and Chroma. Switch of play. But that was a bit too high for Ebenezer and Chroma. He's always moving around, not a static type of a striker. You find him in the box, in the pocket of spaces, in the half spaces, always everywhere. Albert Amor. Lord, the man who assisted the second goal. It was Amwa, assist Amwa. For the second. Peter Miduakwa not having the impact he did get against Bibiani Gold Stars. In Bibiani.
Of course, this is a different tempo.
Fernando Wisdom pass it. Samson Eduku. And Emmanuel Antwi warming up.
And the opposite side, Derek Forjo, Nana Kofi Babel, all warming up. It's going to be a lesson facts from the start.
This is the ball. Medeama. Always hoping to keep the ball. Suleiman. Calvin and Chroma back. Corner for Medeama.
Medeama hoping to restore parity in the early stages and trying to, just as usual, take the game to the wide areas and find a way through. But this time, Kotoko have very discipline, getting a lot of bodies.
This could be the answer to all their questions. Mo Kamara. No way.
Of course, 60.9 save percentage in 18 games for Mohamed Kamara. It's a plus.
Mante. That was for Bright. Kotoko operating with a flat back sometimes. Just trying to deal with the wing play of Medeama Sporting Club.
Between Cheba for and Chejamina. Alongside Babaya, one should be sacrificed because they're not offering that creativity. And again, that kind of defensive balance is not so crucial for Kotoko. Fernando Bassi can add that kind of creativity. And maybe Emmanuel Antwi.
Fatau Suleimana. This is Suleimana. He hits the side net. The man who scored against Young Apostles was on the verge of adding another goal to his tally this season.
Sulemana, a 6 season running experience upon experience, and he's been consistent for Medeama Football Club.
And very young. Yet to hit 25. Fatau Sulemana. That was Cheba for who missed that earlier opportunity.
Kinsley Braye is looking off. And it's a kind of but again, the bench should be the decider. Because lot of players for both teams. Bernardino going to join the players warming up for that way side.
Bafo. This isn't team. Not able to do his usual runs in the midfield due to the change in role, perhaps. Hunting menu. Barak Yusuf. Ebenezer. Patrick Asiedu. Up against Kelvin and Chroma.
You know, one thing about Peter Amidu Akwa is the fact that he's not lazy in terms of adding lots of defensive roles to his game. But he's more or less used up. He's not very much in attack in the second half.
David Boyson Frimpong and Derek Fojo on the sideline just to get ready for Medeama. Amor. Bafo. This is in team. Amidu Akwa. This is Peter Amidu. Amidu Akwa. Amidu Akwa. Very promising move from Peter Amidu Akwa. It's still him. And he wins a corner.
Peter Amidu, the future is so bright for this 18-year-old young guy. Last season, he was the real deal. He provided 4 goals in 29 games. But this season, he's playing his 24th game with just a goal, and that was against Vision. The 2 top men coming in. Boyson, he scored against Medeama. Or let me say, Edwina Stars, I beg your pardon. And Derek Fojo, one of the consistent names. Within the roster.
Corner being poked in. Seem to be too much stoppages in play. This is Fojo. Can see the spark of confidence. This is Fojo continuing to attack. Derek Fojo. His first time getting into the game, and he's already been a problem for Asante Kotoko.
He's really a tough customer to deal with. This season, 4 goals for Derek Fojo.
Derek puts in a cross. Substitutions for Asante Kotoko. Che Dramana for Samson Eduku. Also,
Atletico
Lord
is
Amor
trying to
being replaced by Michael Sifa. "60 minutes, right on the hour mark. Half an hour and more to play. It's still 2-1 for Kotoko.
the coach now taxing Albert Samoa to drop deep to partner into menu for Samson Eduku to be the main man up front. And to sacrifice your average, the best performer in the game into defensive ethics just to free another player. It's questionable, but again, let's see.
Albert just holds up the ball so well. Amor. This is Baba Yaya. Not too fast whenever he has the ball. Medeama will take that on a break. Michael Sefa being brought on to deal with it. The danger from Derek Fojo. Mante. A feeble ball from Emmanuel Owusu.
If Care is not taking Kotoko, we have a lot of deficiency in midfield because Albert tax to play just closer to Intimeno. He's questioning the technical team as to how he's been limited. And he enjoys the offensive play than offering shield the midfield. Maybe Babaya should sacrifice his offensive runs to add that glue the midfield just to support Intimeno.
Medeama just hoping to get an equalizer. Kamara keeps it in. Emmanuel Anchi getting ready to join action. Safer. Patrick Asiedu. Asiedu with a lob. Samson Eduku. The man who struck the post in Bibiani when they played Gold Stars. Some very good display from Medeama, but a bit of unnecessary showboating.
Maybe the options he was looking for weren't available. So keeping the ball is part of creating perfect outlets to pass the ball to. But to be honest, that was unnecessary, to be honest.
Derek Fojo. Emmanuel Antwi is ready. Is it going to be Baba Yaya or Elvis Chebafo?
At this point, Kotoko are lacking presence in midfield, especially who partners into Menu. And Baba is more a bit deeper now, giving that kind of mechanical balance to Kotoko. But for Chebafo on the white, I think he's a bit done because he's not offering that much.
Michael Sifa. Yeah. Back. This is in team. Back four. Medeama calmly gets the ball down. Ebenezer and Kroma. "65 minutes. And still 2-1 for Asante Kotoko. Coming from behind after Kingsley Bright made use of that incisive pass from Manuel Mante. And Albert Amoa rose to get 2 for Asante Kotoko. It's 11th of the season so far. But before this, it was 9 goals for him.
You know, one thing about Albert is the fact that it is believed
This is Eduku. And Coach Karim Zito not happy at all. You have the space. Just try to shoot. Medeama on a turnover. This is Mante. Mante strikes. And they have equalized. Manuel Mante, he assisted the first. He has scored the second. What a day for Manuel Mante. And the men in yellow have restored parity. Oh, Kotoko, are they bottling this? And you can see the guys from Rosbach cheering their seniors on. Brilliant play from Mante, and the finish was quite sumptuous.
Manuel Mante experience at the highest level to score in his 21st game of the season is a plus. Don't forget he's playing his 3rd season. And he's been a key figure in midfield and to assist the first and to score the second. It's a plus. Kotoko should back up. The last game they drew at home was against Bechem United. It was 1-1.
Cheba for Auche, they call him, has been replaced by Emmanuel Antwi. Asante Kotoko. This is where they always rise. The Medeama continue to attack, and this could be another one.
The game is heated. And just like I mentioned, last season, Kotoko snatched 4 out of 6 points against Kotoko. And Medeama also love to also do that because the first game, it was 1-1.
Still Medeama keeping the ball. Derek Fojo.
We pre-informed that Medeama have a lot of guys on the bench that can change the game. And David Boyson and also Derek Fojo just changed a lot of things about Medeama in attack.
This is Suleimana. Emmanuel Anchi got the best of Derek Fojo. Anchi. Baba Yaya. Gets back to Emmanuel Anchi. Is he back to his best? Anchi. One of the best creators in the game. But it's been a bit off color for him in the second round. This is a pass. Flag goes up. That is offside.
It's going to be a back-to-back draw for Kotoko. Goalless against BBN Gold Stars. And it's 2-2 over here. Osa is being introduced.
He will replace Kingsley Bright, the man who scored the first goal. Osa Bernardino Tete. One of the best wingers in the game.
Last season, he played 21 games. He gave 2 goals. This season, he's coming to play the 23rd time, and he's having 3 goals. Very creative. And he's ambidextrous. Can never track the foot he's going to use.
Osa first touch. Osa Bernardino Tete. You just can feel it. That on a good day, he's going to really torment whichever team he meets. Prosper Boache. Nuruddin gets fatal.
Medeama started this, but after considering the 2 goals, they opened up, and this time they are controlling the momentum very well. A more of a 3-5-2. Getting control in midfield and high up the pitch.
Baba Yaya. Is the man on the pitch. And needs to be carried out. He's a bit exhausted. And that was the offside. 4 minutes. And it's 2-2 for both teams. Medeama first bottled the lead. Kotoko equalized, took the lead, and they've also bottled it. It's now Fernando Wisdom Bassi. Both teams throwing more men up front, hoping to get the final goal.
Of course, at this point, you need your bench to support you massively. But my problem is how Kotoko are trying to structure midfield. Having Albert Amwa, Monolanchi, Team Menu is not a very balanced midfield.
Nuruddin Abdullahi. Henry Ansu. He went for the safety first approach. Medeama. This is Albert Amwa. Samson Eduku. And the flag was up for offside.
You might have doubted the referee's decision, but Kotoko in several times this season always playing not to the opponent back line. Against BNE, it was a lot of offside situations for the home side, and this time, a lot of times flagged offside. Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Nuruddin. Lot of space for him to cover with the ball. He gets Fatal. That was a pass. This continues to be Medeama trying to exploit. That was David Boyson from Paul. And his inclusion alongside Bernardino Satete and Derek Fojo. And Coach Karim Zito has responded with Fernando Wisdom Bassi, Emmanuel Anchi, and then Samson Eduku.
Fernando not having the best of holder play, but he won it against Sulemana. Don't forget he scored their last home game. That was against Dreams.
Emmanuel Anchi.
Once upon a time, he was one of the best free kick takers. Alongside Apia McCarthy.
Anchi puts it in. Abetama! He has made it 3. There is just no stopping him. Albert Amoa. Performance of the season. He has gone and he has plunged and plummeted once again. You just cannot doubt him. Albert Amoa, 12 goals, 3 this afternoon. What a game he's had.
That kick from Emmanuel Anchi was pinpoint. And you just cannot take away the aerial presence of Albert Amoa. And this season, few players have scored hat-trick. Talk about Stephen Amankuna. Talk about Kingsley Bryant. You add Albert Amoa to that list, and that is incredible. He is just scoring for fun. And this afternoon, you have to give it to him.
What a player he is. It was a good delivery from Emmanuel Anchi. Oh boy, you better believe it. Brilliant, brilliant header.
You check the movement. and he was watching the ball just within the crowd of the opponent box, and his ability to give that dominance is a plus. But again, credit Emmanuel Anchi for that pass. It was really one of the best. 2 goals from moment of crosses, and it's interesting from him.
This is Boyson. Boyson. He wins a corner. What a game we are having here this afternoon. You just don't know what is happening next. The atmosphere is charged up, and the game itself is no exclusion.
And whoever wins this game is going to have that pride. But I just love Albert Samuel in his first season for Kotoko. 17 games last season for Olympics, he scored 5. But this time, consistently, he is still in the show for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in his 24th game.
80 minutes. And it's Albert Amwa 3, Medeama 2.
No Komipoku, no issues. Can we say he's creating a very perfect competition for Komipoku when he returns? Because Opoku is now trusted more to lead the lines than Albert Amwa. But this performance alone, he just added something to the clean slate. And you can never bench him henceforth, because this is, come on, one of the best we've seen so far from him.
But unfortunately, the last but one game of the season. Perhaps they have the cup final to play, so maybe 2. But look, you have a Duku on the pitch playing alongside Amwa, so Pampoku can take that role of a Duku now in the game, and it's going to be a perfect one. You can see the men dancing around. Everyone is excited here in the stadium, especially the fans of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. What a game we've witnessed.
And the interesting thing is that he carried Kotoko on his shoulders from the start of the season. He went off due to injury, and now he's carrying it at the time best of the season. This is a kind of performance that every team needs from key players like Albert Amwa.
He scored the first ever goal of Asante Kotoko this season in Nalerugu when they played against Kerala United.
Watch it closely.
Good ball informantry.
From his mannerism, he was under that trust. He gave a sign that, look, just bring the ball in, I'm there. Again, for the second time, dominating 2 players in the box. You just have to give to Emmanuel Anchi for that delivery, and also Albert Amwa for that powerful of a header.
Prosper Boachi also out to be replaced by God knows Japasu.
Against Carrera, their last away game, God knows, was on the score sheet, though they lost by 3 goals to 1. He was on the score sheet.
Japasu. Japasu has lost it. This is Albert Amwa on fire. Albert keeps moving. He gets Peter Amidu Aqua. Could this be the fourth? Amidu! Asante Kotoko. Just keep hammering the opposition, trying to get more goals.
But wherever you put Peter Amido Aqua, he's giving a lot of good performance. He started on the left, and he's now trying to finish on the right. This is classical.
Can see a bit of tears on the faces of the Medeama players on the bench. Fernando Wisdom pass it. Gets Antwi. Can he shoot from here? Antwi does. And he wins a corner.
Jumala Lanchi against Young Apostles. In the first leg, he scored from a very far, bizarre angle. Just came in and he's added a lot of dynamics to the midfield. From Great Olympics, he was the man. Jumala Lanchi, the darling boy, the poster boy. One of the best passes of the boy in breaking lines.
Brian Tanko disappointed. Not quite surprising looking at their away performance.
It's going to be 6 out of 6. No win, no draw. They've lost all. Can it happen? We have less than 5 minutes for them to do that. Boyson hasn't impacted the game anyway because he's just been roaming around without massive impact.
This is Fernando Wisdom Bassi. For Joe, gets Fatao. Sa Bernardino. Some very aggressive defending from Ansu, and that was the bench of Asante Kotoko. Cheba for Auchi, who has had his fair share of the game.
At this point, you need to stay aggressive to keep the opponent away from your lines. And Kotoko enjoying it from the 80th minute coming.
Frederick Asare sharing some jokes. Medeama, you have just some 4 minutes, and whatever that will be added on to save themselves. Bassi. Derek Fojo. This is Derek. This could be the moment. And still Medeama. Kotoko, lots of red shirts in the box at the moment. They just need to save this for the fans. Japasu. Fojo goes down. No penalty. Emmanuel Antwi. Up for Peter Miruakwa. He goes for a one-time pass. Nuruddin intercepts.
Peter Amido is a gem to play and still excelling in both flanks. That's a plus.
Abdul Karim Zito. Emmanuel Antwi. Karim Zito. What an impact they've had on the game this afternoon. Antwi. Kotoko hoping to make it 4. Medeama just hoping to get that goal that will equalize everything.
But can we say this is one of the biggest tests for Karim Zito after taking the job, because Medeama are testing Kotoko on all angles to see their weaknesses.
For Joe. Good pass to Boyson. He picks it up. Giving Patrick Asiedu a very good run for his money, Boyson. It's been long since you saw Asiedu up front going to do his usual runs.
This is a pacey, a tricky wing in the shape of Boyson. Though he's not been scoring consistently, but when you watch that game against Eden Stars Ndoma, you could see that he's having a lot of fire within his belly. And at this point, Kamara should step up because they're always having a plan.
And you can see the three, let me say, wise men trying to plan the downfall of Asante Kotoko. That was a foul on God knows Japasu.
Let's not forget he just got promoted from Rose Park Academy to the main team. Against Karela United, their last away game, he was on the score sheet.
89 minutes. Seconds to hit the 90. Bernardino. Wherever you are as a Kotoko fan, you felt this.
Of course, this is a game that you can never predict the next action in a split second. Go Kotoko are leading bet. A lot of butterflies in your belly because you cannot.
Tú, las entradas para Parque Warner tienen hasta un 40% de descuento. Aprovecha esta promo por
5 minutes of additional time. Can Medeama save themselves? Will Kotoko go up to win this game, just as they are doing now? It's been a day for Albert Amoa. For Joe, gets Boyson. Good touch. This is Boyson. Up there for Japasu. Kotoko clears the lines.
That is Boyson for you. He is very tricky and very direct when he's having the ball against the fullbacks. One man cannot handle him. Derek Fojo. A good cross. Joseph Ablo was there to rescue. Now Kotoko on the move. Peter Amidu Aqua. Still Kotoko. Perfect recovery from Yusuf Mubarak. Good news. Good pass to Bernardino Sa. Fernando Wisdom Bassi. Through ball, but Felix Che to the rescue. Less than 3 minutes to go. This is Nuruddin. Good pass to Jarek Fojo. Can he go past his marker? Still Derek. Crossing by Hariansu was there. Manuel Mante. Good nose. Way of target. Coach Abdul Karim Zito. A very fine test from Medeama for the home side. By keeping it cool, keeping it cool. If it ends this way, it's going to be 6 out of 6 without a defeat at home. This is Medeama. Nuruddin 2. Yusuf Mubarak, the former player for Kotoko. Good pass to Asante, good control. Rafi said players might continue. In team menu, good 10, locate. Samson Eduque, good pass to Fernando Wisdom. Patrick Asedo wins it. Just some seconds to go. And center referee Abdulatif Adare bring the game to an end. Uncontested ball 2. A gifted ball. Peter Amidoaka. Back to Emmanuel Enchi. Kotoko trying to keep it cool. Michael Sifa. Team Menu to Albert Amwa. Good 10. Still Albert. Peter Amidu. Looking for options. Back to goalkeeper Kamara. Yusuf Ablo. Kotoko keeping it cool. A through ball in bet. Nobody in particular. This is Nuruddin. To Suleimana, the captain. Good pass to Osate, a good interception from Joseph Ablo, Timenu, and free kick in favor of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We've done the entire 5 minutes, 30 seconds addition. Any moment from now, Abdulatif Adare be climaxing the game. And it's all over. Kumasi Asante Kotoko, in 6 games, they haven't tested defeat. And it is all about Albert Amwa. 3 goals for the young guy. Kotoko 3, Medeama 2. It's all over.
The game has finally come to its conclusion. It was a 3-2 victory for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. What a game this has been. And I have Coach here with me, Coach Ibrahim Tanko. Coach, a defeat for your side. Your take on the entire game.
I think I'm very proud of my boys. And when you look at how we started, we created a lot of chances. After the first goal, we should have gone up 2 or 3 goals. But I mean, the situation that changes the game, I don't want to talk about it. So let's continue.
Coach, What do you think you guys didn't get right here this afternoon that made you lose?
I don't want to talk about referees. I mean, it's frustrating. Look at the foul we have before they go and get this penalty. So, and the referees took their decision, and we have to accept it.
Coach, what is the way forward for Medeama Sporting Club? Now you have lots of quality. Do you think you need to do some additions for the next season?
Yeah, definitely. I think we need to add one or two. And we have last game now against Brecum Chelsea, and then we have to sit down and look at the squad and then try to beef our squad and then go in for the next season.
Lastly, what's the plan for the second half? Of course, you brought lots of quality in the second half, boys and the likes of Asante and Co.
No, I mean, we have, like you said, we have a very good squad. Those who are sitting outside can come and change the game as well. So, and that is one thing about us, and I hope that next season it will continue.
Thank you, Coach. That was Coach Ibrahim Tanko. He believes they had a very, very good game, but a few things didn't actually go their way. They have a very good squad, fantastic one. And of course, those who came on actually changed the game for them. And Coach Abdul Karim Zito, the victor, the man who won the game, is coming for us to have his take on the game. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Your take on the entire 90 minutes.
Well, I'm very happy we'll be able to win the last match at home, and the supporters were happy. So this is what I said from the beginning of when you interviewed me. I said I will be very happy when we win the match today, and it was very, very competitive. Seriously, if you're not here, you may not know. So I mean, we took our chances. They also took their chances. So I'm very happy about it.
But in the absence of Kwame Poku, Abetamwa stood up and then he made sure there wasn't problems whatsoever. And did Abet actually, deal with the fact that you didn't miss Kwame Poku today?
That is why we call it a team. You understand me? It's not an individual issue. It's about a team. When this man is not there, another person will be there. So you fix him. Me, I always try to work with what I have to get what I want. So I know there's no way I'll get to Poku. So definitely I have to do everything possible to get what I wanted without Poku. I have no problem with that. You understand me? Because we have a lot of players to play. Also play. So seriously, I would have wished to have him. But without a lot of finishing last 2 days before this game. So I wasn't surprised he's able to read through. He said, he has done well.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you too.
That was Coach Abdul Karim Zito. And of course, I believe they did lots and lots of work and made sure things actually went on well for them. Albert, game no my winning by 3 goals to 2. As a team, Sena Mufil.
Well, Inyajipa, I won't say. Your dream is saying a bit to Legan by Enkeche. Tinyaji say the Mazmo, so we a very good side. And the coach Cashin said from weakness that he said this game a very, very tough game. Tiambre Mundi. The pass it to Miaji.
Now, as a player, wow performance this season. Mekai Yeshia or Boase some time ago, Mark, just a lot of goals. This time, okay, baby, what do now? As a player, how do you feel? Oh, okay.
No, me never okay because I can do more than this. But I just yes, be no fast that man. To me, that's it. There is more.
Now, opposition ankasa, staying up front, playing from deep. So to the cabin, you but Jebon, I say, we are so comfortable since we didn't anymore ankasa.
Well, yeah, I dear me coaches in India. I say, na miss idea a lot. Me who's a boy, I will just sit down and learn. So, me should I need actual positions and me born now and anywhere you put me except 7 goalkeeper, I will play.
5 or 3rd goal, entry, ever both free kick, no. One know what that connection, no. We are then who's a born, we try to so how to be called for that header.
Me was a minute about Olympics, and no name that. So, or back over born on him, not in sign, so like born never bam, so I should be alert.
On a 2 signs Born about.
I should just be alert to submit me and watch. Now, my friend,
Who has a Ubeti the go king the Premier League?
well, in Kechi, everything is possible. In Kechi, keep say I can't one match. Away any vision. We say a bit me up maximum 3 points. My goes in the swap.
So far, I'll carry more ball send a and our first one.
Well, at Olympics, me boy trick, and I'm a J born when I way so. This is my boss too.
You know, can I too? Can we do a bonify? Yeah, that's it, Albert. So, Albert, the game has finally come to an end, and you just heard from the man of the match with a hat trick so far this season. Only 3 players have scored a hat trick in the Ghana Premier League, and Albert Amoah is one of them. The game ends. Kotoko 3, Medeama 2.
Robert Nancy, Papa Yara, Yadama Senso, Ibrahim Sunday, Yadama Senso, Malik Jabe, Ose Drabe, Reverend Ose Kofi, Yadama Senso, Nasinka Mo, Yadama Sampa. Nasinka Yadama so Yadama Sita. Asante Kotoko say, yeah. Asante Kotoko say, yeah. Asante Kotoko, yeah. Asante Kotoko, yeah. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante Kotoko yebesha mwako. Asante Kotoko yebesha. Asante Kotoko yebesha ko. Nana Popuari, Asante, Nasinko, Afraid of Wasida, Nana order on him up. Esum giant. Nothing can walk. Since coffee men say, or prayer and fuel.
It's 9 matches, right? It's 8 matches. And I have 6. I got 2 matches only. So then I would be assessing. I mean, I'm on 8 matches. And I was 6, no, I mean 4. I'm 2 draws. I'm not to link out. We had a BB on my pen for the cut of the bubble. Sign them now. Now, but
Charlie, always a cocoa tea for the unpleasant because can be a percent of Casabiano. So, we say, look, I say, any part, Mr. 291 and a show. So, if you go February, so I'm some person, to maybe with the Master. This is why are they? Also, this is what to be any league now. Next year, but Africa had done the says here, we are also going to football. I had asked him. So we feel with deep it's here as I don't go all baby. So we feel no, and no, I could be all baby. Everybody, I first say, I'm a baby first of minute, but second for I don't know. Send a woman, possible. So we feel with the ball. I'm not focusing on our boy. So we feel to be the same. I couldn't match. I'm not about supporters. Okay. I was supporters. I was telling you, say, okay, different. Okay. I want them here, you know. Okay. Supporters, no. You don't think I support them. I almost said, okay. What I say, supporters are party. Yeah, baby, me papa. Yeah, I'm fuck to them. I'm kasi ni am. No, there is a company at Abraham. Supporters are the papa. Papa, me na asma me. I say, chuonya chijira for pa. Say 2 years. What I say, the match am about me to my super papa. The supporters dey ask for race na some there. The better is there. We are already a match. Okay. Let's stop. The match for no. We say the idea na okay for them. We move. Yes. I'm going to don't put on information is they get out free. I said, but security start on the ground. So you next is so bad. I'm more body. I'm more dear company. But I and then you could say, reference at the point. The return against as you say, I think that you know. Kotoko near Shana near Better. Now, go. Let's see, 2. I'm saying, as I said, 3-2. And then, I was here a boy place. Okay. The boy coach is Sabasso. The boy supporters Sabasso. We didn't see a being. Therefore, take care of. No. They say, Abetamwa. Tell me who you say. Now, I say, Abetaman is also for in Ghana. I'm the first talk in Ghana. Me see. Abetamwa is also in Ghana. We be our player. I don't there 8 matches over. I don't 11 goals. What I say. Okay. And you know, I don't say. We only are recruiting Abetamwa from the club. Now, for some reason, Abetamwa will not from. No one has an over hat trick. Wow. And I don't know. Tell me what I say. For any units, no more. Like I say, we go for team say. Abetamwa more baton. We don't need about air pressure. I was about to say this year. The right. Right. Tell you we be 20. I'm also using because the one who is about also play with that.